All right, so we are here. We have Ashley. She has an Instagram account. She's working on a 69 Torino GT. It's a GT, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's Torino GT. She's got a Torino GT. She's got a shop cat. She has all the makings of an Instagram / YouTube channel. And I've been following her for a little while and realized that we're in the same state, that she's in South Carolina just like I am. So I was like, hey, I've got a dash pad that's been kicking around my shop for 15, 20 years. And her grandpa just nailed down a shop cat. Yes. Shop cat Steve. So I got a dash pad. I contacted her, I said, hey, I've got a dash pad. Would you like the dash pad? And I think she probably thought, yeah, right. And, it took her a while. So she finally did come down today and pick up the dash pad, but I thought we'd do an interview because it's kind of cool that you do the Instagram. What inspired you to start doing Instagram?
I've always followed different car people, different women in the car industry, and it really inspired me to, because not many people do that.
Right.
And I like showing the process of what it takes to bring old cars back to life. I love just sharing that because not many people do it, or the people who do just do it in their backyard and never show the world. So
you got people like Bogey and a bunch of the different ones. They got the all-girl garage that's on Saturdays. So really neat shows that are out there that are really starting to do that, which we've talked about this off camera, showcasing the ladies that are into what we do and what I've been doing for a long, long time. So you got her at one end of this age spectrum and me and Steve over there at the other end of the age spectrum. And I'm hoping this will kind of get some ladies inspired to go out there and do what she's doing. There's another lady I follow, Annie's VW. Annie's awesome. I love her. She actually used to work in film production, and so that's why she's she's kind of melding the two things that she likes. She's doing the VW, and then she's also doing the film production herself. So I love seeing that, and I follow a lot of different people. And like I said, her channel just really, really struck me. So what in the wide world of sports got you into the classic car stuff?
Gosh, as far back as I can remember, I've always loved old cars. I'd be little and I'd see one go down the road and it's different. It's pretty, they're works of art. And they're all different. Like cars nowadays, they're all the same. In my eyes, they look the same. And I just loved what was different and special about the classic cars. They tell a story, they have history to them. And I remember being just young and loving it. And I've always wanted to do it deep down.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm the same way. My mom always used to tell me that if you cut my head open, the little cars would pour out, and that I could take any conversation about anything and turn it back into a conversation about cars. So I get that from your perspective. It's a little unusual these days, you have to admit, for someone, guys and girls, to be interested in what these old cars are. And like I said, what caught my eye first was you're doing a Torino that's the same color as this one. So what do you do for a living? Is this what you're doing for a living now, or are you doing something
else? It is
now.
Originally, I had went to school for industrial maintenance technology and mechatronics, but just in the back of my head, I love cars. And then I knew, like, my dad had the Torino that I'm working on right now, and I remember seeing it and saying, I'm going to fix that up one day.
That was Steve's car, too. That was your grandfather's car before your dad got it. He bought it brand new.
He bought it in 1969, a year used.
Oh, so that's right, because it was in 68. That's right.
He said that it was in Illinois, and it was like -2 degrees that day. And he said, I'm just going to buy the first car on the lot that starts. And that was the first one on the lot that started. And he bought it right then. Wow. And it's been in the family ever since. And that's kind of what brought me into the automotive industry, because I started working on that car. I took it up to my uncle's shop, and he started kind of teaching me how to do everything as we went. And then I said, you know what, I'm just going to do this. And so I went and switched careers a little bit.
You're going to do that in life. I started off in the business as a graphic designer. That's what I started off doing. Then I moved to editorial. I was the editor for Mustang Monthly magazine for a little while.
That's cool.
And then I moved from that to selling suspensions. I sold the suspensions that my wife now sells back in the day. And then in 2009 or so, I started looking at the idea of getting on YouTube, because I was only 5 years old at that point. And then it went from there, 2010 to now, and we're at 100,000 subscribers. This is how I make my living.
That's
so
awesome.
it is an option for someone like you to be able to do that. And your husband's in
social media marketing.
Yeah, so I mean, he's already kind of into the field a little bit anyway, so he'll know how to market and do all that for you. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a viable career, source for somebody like you. I've seen some of the stuff. Your uncle has that really cool bus. I saw kind of
1948 Greyhound.
Oh my God, that thing is so cool. I'm gonna try to get some pictures from her to post up right here of the bus. The bus is really awesome. And then has he got a salvage yard, or do you guys have?
Just on his property. It's just old cars he's accumulated over the years.
When you work on old cars, for some reason, that seems to happen. It's happening here, and I'm not sure why. But we've got cars in the back now, and I'm sure my neighbors are going, "Yes, he's bringing in more junk."
That's gonna be me one day, though. I'll be that neighbor that has all the junk.
The lady out there going to your kids, you go, "See this? One day
it'll all be yours.
This will all be yours." And the kids are going, "Can we just burn it?" I used to tease my mom and dad about that. I was just going to burn the house down because they're like, "Oh, this will be yours one day." I'm like,
that's so funny.
The curtains? What? Anyway, so what are your plans on the Torino? I mean, I know you guys got it in paint already, right?
We didn't really have much choice to. We had to start in the body first.
Sure.
The whole top was rusted plumb out. The floor was rusted.
That was originally a vinyl roof car, right?
Yes, and it sat outside uncovered for almost 30 years, and so it had all just caved in, and so we had to start there, replace that, and then my uncle's friend is a painter. He did a lot of the body work, and then he painted it, and then we just started working on the engine after that and making it.
I don't think you're really working in a bad order, though. I mean, because you're not building a quote-unquote show car. You're not making
I'm going to be driving it every day.
Yeah, you're not making a rotisserie car, so I think that what you're doing is perfectly fine with it. Going through, making sure your suspension's good, driveline's good. You got a good paint and body now. You got an iffy dash pad that you got from me. Better than the one you got, though.
Yes, much better.
So I think what you're doing is a really good process on it. And you need to really keep doing the videos and work on, because it's a Caprice wagon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got a Caprice wagon, you got the Torino, and you got an 03?
It's a 97.
97 Ford van. So, I mean, that's a little weird, but is it white?
It's like a tan color.
Oh, bummer. If it was white, you could put free candy on the side.
I know, I thought about that.
Do that at Halloween.
Yeah.
Free candy. But I mean, you can look at what I do for a living and see that there is a potential there, and especially for a lady, you're gonna take some haters because people are gonna tell you you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, there really isn't a wrong if it comes out right. Mm-hmm. So just keep at it, because I want to do a little quick here on this to say, hey, this is somebody that just started doing something on Instagram. I started following her, and there's a lot of people that are now following her. Annie's VW is another one. She started off with just doing this stuff, and she takes a beating by a lot of the body guys and oil people about motor oil.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're horrible.
Welders too.
Welders? Oh man, I would. I put my stuff out there because it sucks so bad, to give them something to complain about and maybe take heat off of other people.
Gosh.
Have you done any welding stuff?
In the very beginning, because I learned how to weld on my car. Back in school, I learned how to stick weld just for maintenance welding class, and but I had never MIG welded or anything else, and I learned on my car. So.
Did anybody give you any grief on the Instagram?
Not really, because it was very early on too. I didn't have a huge following when I started posting pictures of that, and so I just had some of my loyal beginning followers, and they're like, "Yeah, go on." And but it's I didn't really get as much hate. But now I'm
people telling me to just stop.
Really? But I haven't posted any recent welding things.
You'll get them. If you start doing, if you show your body work, there'd be like 75 people out there telling you how you're not doing it right. And it's just the way it is. Welcome to the wonderful and happy world of putting yourself out there for the world to just lambast. Yep. So, it's fun though. I really love this. I would have to say that with what we do, the vast majority of people are very, very supportive. And especially, if you're young and you're starting out into it, they're very, very supportive on it. Somebody my age getting into it, they're like, "Oh, you should already know all this stuff." A lot of guys are getting into the cars again. I mean, older guys are saying, "Hey, I'm retired now. I want to get that '67 Mustang I wanted when I was in high school," or whatever. So keep at it. I think you got some stuff there that's pretty good. You got a man that can help you with the social marketing side of it. So I think it's something that you should really keep going after. And like I said, I dig having the ladies out there doing this stuff too, because you know it is a male-dominated industry, and it'll be nice to see some people that aren't walking around in shorts and New Balance tennis shoes, car show T-shirts, and a hat, like a baseball hat. That'll be great. No indictment, Steve. I'm not. You know, we see each other. So. I guess that's really it. That's all I really want to do. You can take your dash pad and run if you want to, screaming from the building, and keep moving on that car. I'm really digging what you're doing with it, and I'm digging the channels or the stuff on Instagram. You're looking at doing YouTube now too, right?
Yes, as I start going into the interior, because I'm about to hopefully drive my car home soon, because we've got everything for now mechanically sound, and I'll be working at the shop I work at to work on the interior as I go.
That's a car person statement if I ever heard one. It's mechanically sound.
For now.
For now. All right. Well, look, Ashley, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming in. Folks, check out our Instagram. What is it?
A Rustic Beauty.
Rustic Beauty. Easy to remember. Check her out on Instagram. She's going to be doing some stuff on YouTube. If I find out when that starts up, we'll let you know about that on the channel as well. As always, do me a favor, be kind to each other, love on each other, treat each other nice. Have a good one, folks.